Hey everybody, Tim here with today's episode of Star Trek Enterprise Season 1, Episode 7, Breaking the Ice. So as much as I loved the last episode, the Endorian incident, I hated this one. Like, everything about this was just bad. From, like, basically the whole plot, to just boil it all the way down, is the Enterprise goes to investigate a comet, because it has some rare mineral, whatever, inside of it. Didn't even care. As they're going through and like sending people over to drill into it, a la Armageddon, a Vulcan ship is like kind of hovering over the Enterprise. Now, the first scene where it's like Archer reading this letter to school children, answering questions about like the septic tank and languages and stuff like that, like I didn't need it. Like, it was so slow and it was so drawn out. Like, at the first second it was interesting, and then immediately I was just done with it. And right after that is them building a snowman. Like, I couldn't get into it. Like, this isn't what I wanted. And so didn't like it. The more interesting plot was T'Pol getting a personal letter and Trip like decoding it and reading it, but doesn't want to tell anybody what it says. And at first I was like, ooh, like, this is good. I'm okay with this. Like what's the tea? But then, like, as soon as we find out that it's T'Pol being summoned back to planet Vulcan because she has to get married, and then it's basically her and Trip, like, yelling at each other. I mean, she doesn't yell, obviously, but about, like, how she has customs, and this is a prearranged marriage from when she was a child, and blah, blah, blah. And Trip's like, just be your own person. And then you finally get to the end of the episode, and she basically just throws it all aside and is like, nope, I want to stay on Enterprise. Like, she just threw away a wedding that was years in the planning, like, completely broke her culture. And it's just like, I'm going to stay here. I don't want to eat pecan pie. And I was like, no, like, we need so much more in this. Like, if there's another episode that deals with this and her, like, fiance, her betrothed coming to get her and, like, fighting about this, then that will make this episode a little bit better. But it has to be, like, quick. Like, it has to be the next episode, because right now I hated this episode. And sure enough, like, the whole, like, the grappler thing where they don't have a tractor beam, so they, like, try to grab onto it, and Archer actually, like, moves the pilot away from the con to take over, because Archer knows all, evidently. Didn't like it. I just could not get into this episode at all. So for those who have seen it, what did you guys think about, like, the whole Vulcan watching over us thing, and then coming to the rescue with the tractor beam, because they actually have tractor beams? What did you think about the whole letter reading, the snowman, like, just the overly drawn out scenes? Like, this felt like it was like a 20-minute episode, and they were like, shit, how do we expand it to 45? So what did you guys think about it? Let me know, and I will see you guys next time for Civilization.